ties the game with the basketball. To Ball. Going to launch beyond the arc. His first effort off the mark. And a chance coming up at the line.
Hey, look, sometimes you need to feel out your opponent. Let them know you're there. I'm okay with that early foul.
Jaylen Brown has got 2 shots coming. A career 65% free throw shooter. Knocks down the first. No good on the second. It's a 1-of-2 trip. Gets it in the right corner. Lets it fly from long range. That's off the side of the rim. Short.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
It's a turnover as they head the other way. Count it.
You normally don't see that, but that's the type of thing that keeps shooters in the league for a long time.
Come on, boss.
Every once in a while, they venture into the paint.
Play hardcore.
Into the front court, it's Walker. Down a point. Embiid. To Ball. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Can't connect. Hayward. Tatum. That one off the mark. It's no good. For 3. Great defense, forcing the miss. Across the timeline, it's Walker. They trail by 1. Here comes the screen. The screen sets him up for 2.
I don't know what halftime evaluation will be worse, the ankles or the bruised ego.
To Ball. Here's a chance from long range. Cleans it up. Offensive board. Nice touch around the basket with the tip.
Hand down, man down. You gotta get up and contest the shot.
Walker with the basketball. Down by 1. To Hayward. The drive, right to the basket. Blocked away. That was
in the 15th row.
huge denial.
Oh, we annihilated the Bucks. We beat them so bad.
Walker.
Y'all don't want the same
That's
damage
off the
that
side
y'all
of the rim,
want
no
with
good.
Boston. I'm letting y'all know right now.
Lonzo with it. Leads just a point. To Tobias Harris. Can't connect.
You see, Ed, this is what the refs need to start calling. The defender hit the shooter right around the waist, which made him lunge into a shot and took away all of his concentration for it.
Give it to him. Kemba Walker missed his first. That one goes. Philadelphia with the basketball.
When I think about Kemba Walker, I think about a self-made elite PG. He's a little guy that thrives amongst the NBA giants, and he's fearless. Let me tell you about how fearless he is. Even Alvin Gentry said he's probably the biggest competitor he's ever seen. You could put him right up there with the likes of Kobe Bryant from a competitive standpoint. That goes to show you that Walker will do anything and everything to beat you every possession.
And one. Embiid, good through the contact. And going to the line for a chance at a 3-point play.
The offense has very little battle to lose on those type of plays if they know they can, number one, create contact, and number two, still get the ball up. You need to assert yourself fully on the defensive end by initiating the contact and not allowing the offensive player to get that ball above his waist.
Joel Embiid trying to cash in on a three-point play. For his career, 77% at the line. Free throw, good. Three-point play to tie things up at 7. To Walker. Oh, highlight moves. Tough to pull off with the defender all over you. Give it to him. Kemba Walker. 2 for 3 now here in the first.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
To Tobias Harris. Fires the 3. Offensive rebound. Basket's good on the follow. Way to stay with it.
I love the drive to the basket there. Instead of trying to go around or over, go through.
I did my part in the last game.
Walker into the front court. He'll run the offense.
Check that game out.
Joel Embiid sends it away. Cruises inside for 2.
Contact on a drive can be a beautiful thing. Making those tough shots can really help you build a mental advantage over your defender.
Grayson Allen. To J.R. Smith. Joel Embiid. That's now 4. He hasn't missed.
They're going to have to find answers defensively and quickly because he's carving them up in the first quarter.
Jumper's good.
In the paint, you need to finish just like that.
I'm here. I got ball.
Count the bucket for 2.
You see, you can't actually get mesmerized by the ball. You actually have to focus on the dribbler's belly button. I know that may sound cheesy, but trust me, he can't go anywhere without his core.
And the basket good at the rim.
It can only be one of 2 things here. 1, the defender ran out of gas, or 2, this dude is just unstoppable.
To Embiid. 3 seconds is the call. Coach has seen enough. He wants some changes. New personnel onto the floor. Joel Embiid rejects it. That's his 3rd block this evening.
Don't stare him down like that afterwards.
Knocked loose. Tosses. Into the front court, it's Walker. Lead is 2. Jonah Bolden pins it.
That kid can block out the sun, man.
He'll go to the foul line to shoot.
Guys like Gary Payton would always take ones early like this all the time. Number 1, to see if they'll get caught. And number 2, to leave a little mark on you to remind you that they'll be on you all game long.
Grayson Allen at the line. First free throw is good. Goes 2 for 2 at the line. Missed that one. You want to see more, knowing the defender was still right there. Sixers have the basketball. To Allen. 4-3. He was crowded. Grayson Allen off the mark.
Shooters shoot. Period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
From long range is good.
And in today's game, you have to make shots like that. Nice work draining it from deep.
Goes to the left side. Joel Embiid. That's off the side of the rim, short. Jonah Bolden able to recover with the block.
Blocking so many shots only gives your perimeter that much more confidence to really apply more pressure.
Joel Embiid. He's now 5 for 6.
That's lunch pail business right there. Don't worry about the no call. Keep powering through.
Short jumper off the mark. Smith with it up top. Looking to make something happen. Beyond the arc for 3. He engulfed him that time. Nice follow-up on the dunk there. They have set the tone in this one.
I love when I see offenses come out in beast mode. You attack that paint, you get to the rim, inevitably the floor will open up for you to knock down some threes.
And he's fouled. Very close. Free throws coming up.
It's still early, so no real impact on that call. But you know that they're going to call this one tight, so you might want to keep your hands out of his pocket.
Marcus Smart, a couple of free throws on the way. Shoots it at 75% for his career. First one goes down.
Number 42, Al Horford, subbing in for the Celtics.
No back-to-back free throws here. He missed the second. To Embiid. He shoots. Oh, off the mark. Deep left corner. Oh, had him going there for a second. Here comes the screen. To Marcus Smart. Perfect feed to set up the basket.
Strong finish. That's what you need, regardless of contact, focusing on the rim.
It's in the hands of Philadelphia. To J.R. Smith. Fires the 3. That no end of putback slam.
That's nasty right there.
And look out.
It's that easy, Ed. You never want to leave any doubt when attacking the rim.
Number 0, Jason Tatum.
To J.R. Smith. Going to launch. Beyond the arc. Off the iron. No good. On the follow. Way to stay with it.
Leadership's greatest values occur in between the lines and not necessarily in the box score. And that's the type of leader that Al Horford is. He's the first all-star free agent to choose Boston in decades. And let me tell you this, the legacy of greatness runs deep in the family. His father, Tito Horford, was the first Dominican basketball player to ever play in the league, which goes to show you why Al has such...
I'm sorry. We faced y'all before.
such a great feel
So
for
y'all
the game.
know what y'all about to get your asses into.
To Marcus Smart. Block shot.
This game is all about playing mind tricks on people.
Annihilate y'all
Offense
really
is
bad.
more worried about getting their shot blocked than they are about actually making the shot.
And a
Man,
rim
number
rocker.
43 got his
Joel
ass dunked off.
Embiid.
So it's gonna be
Jay, this is
really
getting
difficult
scary
for
fast.
something.
If you're the defense, you have to deny
Next
him
time
the
it's
ball.
full
Maybe
game,
throw
we
a
gotta
box and
have
one.
game.
Maybe throw a zone. Maybe even throw the kitchen sink because he's putting on a show in the first quarter.
Couple of cracks at the line now.
And the reality is that good jump shooters know how to get those calls. Overall, though, there's less flopping in the game, which is great. But there's something uncanny about certain players' abilities to get those calls on a regular basis.
2 for 2 on that trip.
You want my videos of this game? Give me a
Celtics have
full
it.
video right here.
Second effort. Sixers with the rebound.
Two minutes remaining in the first quarter.
Finishing inside the paint on that one.
Attack mode isn't a switch that you can just turn on and off. He needs to do more of that. We need to see him penetrate, get into that lane, and create.
Joel Embiid with a piece. Fourth this contest.
You know why? I don't see anybody on the defensive end standing up out of position. I see everybody squatted down, really active with their hands. That's the mentality that will lead you to where you want to go.
And the finish, slam dunk.
Another possession they were forced to take a tough shot. This time they got it to go, but they need to do something different to start creating more open look opportunities.
That's off the side of the rim, no good. He was all over him. Missed the shot, no free throws.
And physicality is your friend. Don't let these guys get any easy ones down low. Make them look at the refs, wondering where the foul was every time.
Knocked loose. Oh, the hustle keeps the ball in play. Johnson. Here comes the screen. And look out. Big finish at the rim. Whoa, he got up there.
Just showing you that 40-inch vertical.
Sixers call for time as they'll talk things over in what's now a 4-point game. Some lineup changes now for both clubs.
Substitutions, Philadelphia. Entering the game for Boston, number 20, Gordon Hayward.
To Ball. Lets it fly from long range. He still can't find his range from deep. It's no good. To Jaylen Brown. Here comes the screen. Hayward to Marcus Smart. Shot from the lane won't go. Harris to Ball. Lonzo Ball. Ooh, 3 for 8. He's got to do better.
Well, when you play for each other and not just for yourself, that's when great things happen. You essentially lose yourself in what the team is trying to accomplish. It's called unselfish basketball. And there's nothing more beautiful than rewarding your teammate with a nice pass and letting them finish for 2 or 3 points.
Ball's controlled by Boston. Driving right to the basket.
He sent that one to the 3rd row.
He was locked in. That was impressive. Grabs his own miss and scores. Good concentration.
Bulldog. Look, it ain't always going to be pretty, but this is a results-oriented business, and this dude will always give you a good ROI.
To Tobias Harris. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. That's off the side of the rim. Short. Young to Marcus Smart. Tough make through traffic.
There's no better feeling after a game after you had 25+ assists and you won the game and everybody recognizes that it's time for their bank accounts to get rewarded.
To Tobias Harris. For 3, Harris always looking to create a shot, even ones like those.
Ed, let me tell you how this one goes. It ain't no fun if the homies can't have some. Everyone's getting a piece of the rock tonight.
To Marcus Smart. Knocked loose. That's a turnover. It goes the other way. Sixers control.
Come on, let's dig in. Let's really build this lead.
Brown with it up top. Trailing by 10. With the fadeaway. Burns him for the basket.
You feel that? I see the confidence building.
All by himself. Creates his own shot there.
Just a ball-handling wizard, still putting people under his spell.
To Hayward. Here comes the screen. A drive down the lane, but the shot won't go down. Lonzo Ball not going down here. To Hayward. Deep 2 there, won't go. Smith now into the front court. Lead stands at 10. He gets it.
And attention to detail is everything for a professional scorer like that. Actually getting it done the hard way.
To Hayward.
Oh, it was with the Bucks. Sorry, people. It was with the Bucks, not the 76ers.
To Marcus Smart. Can't connect from in close. To Ball. Here's a chance from long range. Shot off the mark. Good defense.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
Baseline drive. Gordon Hayward. That's how it's done. 2 of 4 now.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
And an 8-second violation. It's going the other way. Hayward to Young.
Watch that cutter.
Boston with 4 to shoot. Young. Oh, he couldn't get it to go. Ball into the front court. His team leads it by 10. Fires the 3. Well defended.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
Nothing going here on that drive. Hayward with a shot, no good. To J.R. Smith. Has a look. Shot by Smith off the mark.
We call some of these players practice players. You know, the guys that make 5 out of 10 shots in practice, but then all of a sudden they're not gamers because then they're making 1 of 10. That's exactly what you want him to do. You want him to take those kind of shots.
To Marcus Smart. It's Hayward who grabs the rebound. The pass taken away. To Ball. 4-3. Buries it on the catch and shoot.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
That's out. Last touch by Al Horford. New blood coming in for both sides.
Number 8, Kemba Walker. Subbing in for Philadelphia, number 21.
Smith into the front court. His team on top by 13. Count the basket. 2 more points in the paint.
Well, they have such great flow to their offense this evening. The ball isn't sticking to one player individually. It's moving around the perimeter, and it's zipping. They're playing with a special cohesiveness.
To Kemba Walker from long range. And Kemba Walker, muscle memory put to good use there.
I know he's a volume shooter. I know defensively at times you have to take your lumps. Might be time to adjust the scouting report, though. Start denying him the ball.
They snuffed it out. Tobias Harris missed it. Hayward to Walker. Oh, he had him there for a second. The drive right to the basket. He cruises in for 2. Too easy.
It's almost like he had the defender on a string, and he's the puppet master.
To Tobias Harris. Beyond the arc for 3. That's how you defend. Brown into the front court. They find themselves down 10. Short jumper won't go down. Ball with it up top. He'll run the offense. Fires the three, and Boston has the rebound. Across the timeline, it's Walker. Looking to make something happen. Knocked loose. Philadelphia with the basketball. Nice finish at the rim.
Well, look, you can't be caught flat-footed on defense. You need to be on the balls of your feet, especially in transition. You have to jab at that guy with the ball, hedge at him. Make him think that maybe you will take him. Maybe you'll fan out to a defender on the perimeter, but still keep him guessing. But when you don't do that, that's easy money.
The shot missed by Smith.
That's how you do it. You keep riding him to the basket, and if the refs aren't calling it, keep being physical. Keep knocking.
Got a piece of it.
Jumping out the gym right now, Ed.
Great anticipation. Walker. Offensive board. Right time, right player.
Can't teach height.
Another shot stays out.
Well, you can't finish with your right hand on the left side of the rim. You actually have to use your opposite hand. Steve Nash is one of the best at this. Different shots at different angles, high off the glass, expecting that there are trees down below.
Stuffs it down with authority. He was ready right at the tip.
What a first half he's having. He came out of the gate, attacked, found ways to get to the rim. Now look how easy the game is coming to him.
People in 2 games.
To Kemba Walker. Great look and vision. Has a chance. Wide open look. Won't go.
It would be personally for me.
Harris.
But Detroit ruined this.
And he finishes at the rim.
And sometimes less is more. Keeping it simple is the best way.
Walker with the basketball. Under a minute to go before halftime. Able to convert inside.
Old school equals high percentage.
Gets a look. Can't hit.
See, the defender did a really good job. He stayed down. He didn't go and bite for all the head fakes. He waited until the last second to contest that shot. Way to know the scouting report.
Hayward. To Walker. And Jay, they called the foul.
His timing was a tad bit off.
Walker. It's good. Coach wants to see more from his D.
I know the refs on the court all the time, but it doesn't mean they can see every play. Maybe defensively, grab his jersey, step on his toe, do something to kind of change up his pace.
Deep three at the buzzer. That'll do it for the first half. And a great start for the 76ers.
Damn.
Hey everyone, it's Jalen Rose, and I've got your EA Sports halftime report. The 76ers are feeling comfortable at the halfway mark. It was their playmaking, the way they gave each other scoring opportunities. That really impresses me. I love seeing unselfish basketball like that. These are the guys getting buckets for the Philadelphia 76ers. The Celtics are down at halftime and in need of some momentum. They've got the break to figure some things out. And trust me, they've got a few things to figure out. Still, it's not like they're totally out of this game. These are the guys getting buckets for the Boston Celtics.
Game track. defense.
The Philadelphia 76ers are using defense to create offense, and it's coming off blocks and steals. They're putting in work on both ends of the court.
Player of the half.
I'm ready to skip ahead and just get this guy player of the game. You can tell he's on his way to a special game.
Who was cold?
No one wants to be picked for this segment, but he couldn't avoid it. Maybe he'll turn things around in the second half. Here we go with the top plays from the first half.
Number 2. Number 1.
And that concludes our halftime report. Thanks for joining us, and see you again after the game.
Celtics have it. Walker. Trying to cash in. Shot by Tatum won't go. Nice touch around the basket with the tip.
This is where I go back into player mode. If a dude starts to try to have 40 points on me, I'm going to foul out. I'm going to start hitting him in places he's not used to being hit. I'm trying to do anything to throw him off his game.
Nothing going here on that.
Oh, out there looking like the Kimbe Mutombo.
Took it right to him, and the defender was ready. Smith on the drive, but his shot won't fall.
And you see so many players quit on the play after they were beat the first time, but not him. He stayed on his hip, he fought back, and he made the player miss the shot. That's great defense.
Ball with the basketball. His guys lead here, early stages, third quarter. Going to launch beyond the arc.
That reach was just about a second off. He got his hand in there a little bit quicker. That would have been a steal.
Just enough imbalance.
For the 76ers. Number
First one, count it. Knocks down the second free throw. Takes advantage of the foul. 3 for 3 at the line. With the basketball to Jaylen Brown. And a whistle.
Those cat-like hands almost got a steal.
That's his third personal foul. Team foul number 1.
Walker gets it to go. Coach cannot be happy with that closeout.
It just seems like everybody's getting more touches. I'm not saying who, but it seemed like the ball stopped in a certain player's hands, which forced the defense to become stagnant.
Lets it fly from long range. Off the mark. No good. On the follow. Way to stay with it.
And there's nothing more mentally intimidating for your opponent than when your own teammates are unselfish and make sure that you get the ball because they want you to drop 70 on them, maybe like Devin Booker did last year.
Runner's good there.
Strong finish. That's what you need, regardless of contact, focusing on the rim.
To Tobias Harris. Has a look. Not going down for him this time.
It's easy.
Stuffs it down with authority.
I know there's that old saying that says one man can't beat five, but we're watching one man carry 4 other players. His back has to be hurting. Another big-time finish.
Oh, a whistle.
He took a chance. That's the right call.
Shifting gears. Here comes some substitutions.
Into the game for Philadelphia. Number 13. And number 3.
Walker. Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down.
But most importantly, you have to keep the ball moving. Maybe run some floppy sets, some horn sets. Raise those bigs up, which open up the lane, and let them be the passers to make plays easier for the guards.
Embiid to Ball. Short jumper misses. Walker into the front court. His guys down by 9. That's rebounded by Philadelphia. Ball to Embiid. From the painted area, won't go down.
And that's next level defense. The defender took away the pocket space of the shooter. Now as a shooter, they shoot hundreds of shots each and every day from that pocket with consistency. Now you're forcing to change the angle or the positioning of that pocket. You're going to lower the chances of them making that shot.
Good look that time, but off the mark. Celtics have it to Kemba Walker. Nice pass to get things going.
Bodies bouncing all around on that layup with the offense winning that battle. But if the defense keeps up that kind of pressure, good things are bound to happen.
Tyler Zeller sends it away. Ooh, 5 now.
Here's one of the biggest secrets as we move into this new age of basketball, especially in the draft room. You have to draft players with size and length. That's the biggest deterrent for any team offensively.
Ball. And one. Embiid, good through the contact. And going to the line for a chance at a 3-point play.
And I know there's so much excitement about the play, but everybody looks at the player. More people need to pay attention to the guy at the end of the bench, the strength and conditioning coach, because this kid's been putting in the time and effort every day in the weight room.
Joel Embiid at the line for a chance at a 3-point play. Hasn't missed yet. Can't convert the free throw. Walker to Jaylen Brown. Whoa, Jaylen Brown above the rim.
Oh, man, did you see that swiftness? He dunked that thing like a tennis ball.
It looked like that in his hand. Ball brings the rock up court. Embiid. Slam dunk.
That's the intensity you need to see. Whenever a player running back on defense after a dunk like that holds it inside of his forearm, it lets you know how hard he dunked that basketball.
To Jaylen Brown. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. They need something to go down. It's no good. Embiid. Jason Tatum.
Alexei Ujinsa. Subbing in for Philadelphia, number 2.
Finishing inside the paint on that one.
Might have had an extra dribble or two there, but he got the shot he wanted.
Into the front court, it's Walker. The deficit now up to 13. To Jaylen Brown. Now pass stolen by the Sixers.
Tonight, it may not cost you, but in a playoff game, it will.
For 3, smothering D.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
Basket's good on the follow. Way to stay with it.
That's a strong finish. Regardless of contact, finishing strong is key.
Here's a chance from long range. Buries it.
As a defender, you should take it personally when a contested 3 goes in. That's good defense, but it's not good enough.
Ball's controlled by Boston. Won't go down. Defender's lucky he wasn't called. To J.R. Smith. Curling inside. Cashes in for 2.
You know, it reminds me out of a story a legendary coach once told me. He said, if you ever get in a fight, you're not going to hit somebody with an open hand, correct? You'll probably break a finger. But if you hit somebody with a fist, what is that? That's 5 fingers working collectively together as one. That's how you deliver a knockout punch, and that's what we're seeing tonight.
Smith. To Embiid. And strokes it.
And I have so much admiration for guys that continue to hunt their shot. They're playing the second half like it was the first 5 minutes of the ball game. Those natural-born leaders are guys that will consistently lead your team to the promised land.
Hayward to Jaylen Brown. To Walker. And the finish at the rim.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
And a pass stolen by Boston.
You go back to the principles, things that we started working on when we were in first and second grade. It's called the shell drill. You stay down in the stance defensively, you try to deny the next pass away, and you have to communicate. If your conditioning is bad, you have no chance. But if you're able to do all these things together, collectively, you will be able to stop a great passing team.
To Brown, down low, rises for the slam.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
Passed it off, throws it down.
Just wait a second, Ed. Wait 1 second. Can we go back to the play before this great play that we just saw? Just because you have a bad offensive possession, you can't allow that to go down and reciprocate itself on the defensive end. One bad play does not make two bad plays. You have to bounce back. That's how you play this game.
Smith fires the three. It's no good. Shot's not going down. To Hayward. Off the assist.
And attention to detail is everything for a professional scorer like that. Actually getting it done the hard way.
Sixers have the basketball. To Tobias Harris. Ball. Not that time. He misses.
He had such a great first half, but obvious adjustments were made defensively to shut him down, and now he's really starting to struggle.
It's good, and one.
And I love the smile on the face of the offensive player. Sometimes luck is on your side. I don't know how that shot went in, but and one.
Jaylen Brown trying to cash in on a three-point play. Shooting 50%. Some yes, some no in this contest.
Got ball. That's me.
To Horford. Tough-looking shot there. Still gets it to go down.
And when people talk about vision, people usually talk about the vision to make the pass. But how about seeing the chaos in the traffic before the pass even occurs? That's next-level vision. How can I catch people out of position defensively? That's what we saw in that last possession.
Deep left corner. And scores.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
And counted at the rim.
Did you see the way that dribble freed him up? It created so much space. I did, but the defender didn't.
Across the timeline, it's Walker. His guy's down 11. Here comes the screen. Has a chance. Tatum's shot misses. In the front court comes Smith. He'll run the offense. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
The offense has very little to lose on those type of plays if they know they can, number one, create contact, and number two, still get the ball up. You need to assert yourself fully on the defensive end by initiating the contact and not allowing the offensive player to get that ball above his waist.
One free throw up and good. The lead now 14. Walker with the basketball. Looking to make something happen to Jaylen Brown. And count the basket.
I remember my high school coach said one man can't beat five. Well, I'm telling you right now, he lied. I'm watching it happen in person.
To Ball. 4-3. He's not shy about shooting it from out there, but he misses this time.
His scoring has definitely cooled off, but you have to give the defense some credit. They're denying him the ball and really making him work once he catches it.
Lonzo Ball with the rock. Walker into the front court. His guys trail by 10. Free throws coming up.
Smart play to rip through the extended arm of the defender. That will get you to the free throw line every time.
Kemba Walker at the line for 2 shots. He's perfect from the line so far. Misses the first. Second one's good. Splits the pair. Lonzo with it. It's a 9-point lead. Goes to the right side. From long range. That's off the side of the rim. No good. Brown shot. No good.
You know, Ed, everybody gives so much credit to the guy who contested the shot, but there's no way he's in that position without the communication of the backbone of the defense. When you have a guy back there who can block shots and tells you to apply more pressure, you know you're in a safe place.
Into the front court, it's Walker, trailing by 11. Beyond the arc for 3. Rebound taken by the Sixers. He wants it at the rim and scores.
Ooh, cool, calm, and collective. The 3 C's. His handles are effortless.
Walker, great dish to set it up. Won't go. Horford to Ball. There it is, Al Horford. He's now 5 for 6.
Ooh, shows like this separate the good players from the great ones. The good players, they have good first halves, and then they fade to black in the second. The great players, they just sustain that kind of dynamic energy throughout the entire ball game.
Kemba Walker has got 2 shots coming, shooting 75% so far tonight. Oops, he missed the first one. Missed the second, 0 for 2. Ball into the front court. The lead is 15. To Horford. Slams it down.
It's easy to become mesmerized when you watch a player who can create off the dribble. We call that dancing. When you allow a player to dance with that much space, that's Prob City.
Walker. And the rebound taken in by Lonzo.
The game is won in the details. The team who has the most attention to the minutia is a team that wins the ball game. And from the beginning of this game, this team has been mentally engaged. I know the season's a long year, but when you come mentally engaged and you have attention to detail, that's a scary thing to watch.
And hits the first free throw.
That's the bucket. That's the bucket.
Second of three is good.
You been in the gym, bro.
And he cashes in at the line. 3 for 3. Celtics have it.
Everybody pick up. D up.
Walker. And throws it down. He took it out on the rim that time.
Oh, there's no better feeling than after throwing that one down, hanging on the rim a little bit, looking at your opponent beneath you, making him recognize that's
Got a piece of him.
jumping out the gym right now, Ed.
Great anticipation. Almost. And he's not getting the call. Fires the three. Not that time. And a putback slam.
Ooh, really showing no mercy here. This one is out of hand, and the offense is still pouring it on.
To Kemba Walker. A big finish at the rim.
I don't think I could do that on a 5-foot rim.
I can, because that's my only choice.
That's me. I got ball. I got you.
To Ball. Going to launch beyond the arc. That won't go. Jason Tatum with the block.
Just incredible timing on that swat.
Boston with the basketball. Hayward. To Jaylen Brown. Hayward to Jaylen Brown. They've slowed down the pace. Now 3 on the shot clock. Tatum. Not getting the bounce. On the follow. Way to stay with it. Deep 3 at the buzzer. And he's fouled. Good play by the shooter.
You know what? That's an even better play by the defender. I like the foul there. Send a message. Nothing easy.
He's going to have to earn it now. And he connects on the first free throw. That one won't go. One more to come.
Entering the game.
Why do you put Joe in the game that game?
Long heave from three-quarters court. The Sixers are victorious as they win this one handily. That'll wrap things up. For Jay Williams and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports.
Hey everyone, it's Jalen Rose, and it's time for the EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The 76ers edged out a close victory in today's game. They did it with blocks, and they did it with steals. More to the point, they did it with excellent defense. They committed to the grind and got rewarded as a result. What you see here is how the majority of the points were scored. For the Philadelphia 76ers, the Celtics just couldn't close this one out. And even though they shot so well from the field, I bet they're only thinking about the shots they missed. This was a tough game to lose. Here are the guys who put up the most points for the Boston Celtics.
Game track. Field goals.
This was a matchup in which solid shooting was prominently on display. I definitely enjoyed it. Like I'm loving and enjoying all of these highlights right now. Great job of effective, efficient scoring from these squads.
Player of the game.
I like this choice because he really put on the show in this game. There's a reason he's a fan favorite. Here's our top plays of the game.
Number 2. Number 1.
Here's what's coming up for the Philadelphia 76ers. And here we've got the upcoming games for the Philadelphia 76ers. The 76ers almost let this one get away from them, but they managed to get the victory. The defense in this matchup was outstanding. When they weren't blocking shots, they were making steals. That does it for us. On behalf of the rest of the crew, good night.